But it's Lucas Matthysse, Barry. He's been an interim world champion. He's not been an outright world.
From Buriram, he's the fighting pride of Thailand, the undefeated Tewa Kiram! Welterweight champion, he is Lucas the Maquina Matthysse!
Right here is fine. No punches behind the back of the head. Good luck to both of you. Back to your corners.
And Matthysse has boxing fans from all countries. Started back in 2008, has been at 147. This is the second fight for Luke. Had one amateur bout at the age of 40, so she just wanted to try it.
Sit there and work on those tattoos on his hands and wrists.
Yeah, the neck tattoos came out
and durable. But you're also going on the reputation of just tight.
I wanted to feel closer to my family. Now we all know a little
more action from this matchup. But it looks like Kiram is trying to take a page from Victor Pell. And this guy Kiram is unknown. Now we're seeing a little bit more aggression. Struggles to make 140 pounds for that fight.
This kind of goes back to when you're starting off your career, when you're 2-0, 3-0, and it's like, who's your opponent? I don't know. So if you go look for him on BoxRec, you'll see that name right there.
There's some damage on the face of Matthysse. It probably came from a jab or right hand. There's a nice overhand right.
Matthysse, he's fought for world champions.
She loves boxing.
And she won.
That's a fighting family.
I would stay away from that. Oh, well, I had time, so I wanted to work on it.
It's his hobby. He brings the action to his fights. This has been more of a feeling out round. This is a round where both guys are boxing.
Yellow and red.
Not just Thai fighters in general. Generally speaking, when you see
what we're going through. That's unity right there, though.
He is not a Sri Saketsor Rungasai.
No.
He's not that kind of top fighter. He's got a nice jab, and he's able to kind of get this guy isn't going to use his size to impose himself on him.
He's never seen anything like that. You need to be mentally strong at all times in this fight. His last fight, he actually hit the canvas.
Matthysse. He needs more of that.
Another right hand from Matthysse. He's really gone up against. We hear
but it that fights together, stays together.
He didn't do it himself on his neck, but got the neck pieces done. That too is where you don't know your opponent. When you get to this level, you always know your opponent or sure.
The style we see from Thai fighters. It's a very aggressive, very physical. So, Keith Thurman, and recently, the most of his reach and his height. He extends that left way out using his size to play keep away. He's got a, it's up to Matthysse to.
You also heard the whistling. It's going to get a little bit louder inside the forum. There's an Argentina chance from Mario Narvaez in the corner of Lucas Matthysse. That's actually his brother-in-law who's married to Matthysse.
They're using Shane Mosley's home gym. I heard from people in that
Matthysse to do something.
I think they want both fighters to do something.
Like we're at a Boca Juniors game. His mom actually fought because she said, look, everybody, that's the reason, the symbolism behind it.
And that's probably
victory to remain undefeated.
Yes, I'm going to stop.
Final second.
Stop at the bell.
Done with 3 in Inglewood.
Nhấp, 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 xuống, nhấp, nhấp, xuống, nhấp.เข้าใจไหม Stop means stop, okay? Kita kawata.
It's on the line. The WBA's regular title is up for grabs, and generally, now the difference is there was a lot of hold 100%. In fact, at the final press conference on Thursday, I asked him what
fighter came to the United States. Nobody really knew his name except for the hardcore diehard to email you.
Right. But beginning in April, Terrence Crawford, the former undisputed junior weight, is out of range of the shorter Matthysse.
He looks like a solid fighter in there. Then he has to
figure out a way in close where he can do his damage.
A little blood from the face of Matthysse. Raul Caiz.
The best fighters out of Thailand are sub-bantamweights, meaning they are under 118 pounds.
Fighter, his sister fighter, and his mom.
Particular camp that, you know, I was kind of his hobby, you know.
10 seconds, stop at the bell.
3 good right hands landed this week.
Makes fighters from Thailand special. I thought he was maybe going to tell me something about their conditioning or whatever. No, it's the new WBA junior bantamweight champ.
Stop!
Yeah, no, they were thinking so Rungasai was going to be easy work for Chocolatito. They looked at him in this fight. If you think that maybe it's going to be a good fight.
My family's fighting, so I want to try it out. It's local competition and a week to get ready.
The crowd here inside the forum. We're used to main events having more action than this, and at this stage, both fighters are known quantity.
Yeah.
Matthysse would be willing to fight any of those 3.
Matthysse was at 140 when it was of their gym.
Right. I think that's the fighting name. That's the name.
Build. Looks like he has the tools.
Physical stuff on the inside. I'm not saying there haven't been any clashes of heads.
Stop!
Matthysse, 3, 4, and 5 for Kiram.
Why the Kiram?
Dropping some right hands.
4th time in his career that Kiram Matthysse. Kid's 20 years old, 8-0, 8 KO. Because when you don't have that much action, it's true. You see how people are going to judge it. And what you're looking for, what you
can you beat a named fighter?
Can you step
aside of Thailand? This is not what the fans want to see. This is not what Matthysse wants to see. Confident young champion like Errol Spence will be coming right now.
See if Matthysse pays attention here in the 5th. That's a brand
fighter for doing that. Holding technically is illegal. You're not supposed to do that.
Kind of makes me wish. Okay, looks like Poso didn't have too much of a damage on him. Matthysse, Lucas Matthysse, Tewa Kiram, 135 pounds.
I want to see that desire.
Argentina, early December for camp with Joel's
jab. There's not enough punches in there between the 2 for anybody to have kind of a decision.
They want money in boxing though.
Now after Thursday's press conference, I asked him if he prefers an aggressive opponent. And this type of style is difficult for Spence against Thurman, who's a hit and move fighter, but landed. And the punches aren't hurting the other guy. So it's like, well, do I give it to Matthysse to be able to win a fight in this manner? Maybe.
Well, Poso ended that fight, Jim, and seen some of that sparring.
Yeah, I'd rather see the 10-round sparring session between Virgil Ortiz at his best as a junior welterweight.
10 segundos, 10 seconds, stop at the bell.
Has a more aggressive.
Find any more, Doug?
No, and is that enough to win the round? Looks like this looks like some kind of herbal thing, either like a tiger balm to rub on him.
Like a Bengay kind of.
Yeah, you know, or to have him smell, which kind of wakes him up, which is probably just fine in Thailand. It's not kosher here in the United States.
147 pounders.
Inside spoke of on Thursday after the press conference.
Could it be a case of Kiram giving too much respect? California is about 2 hours east of downtown Los Angeles.
Decided edge after 3 minutes of the round, so I'm having to go to defense and ring general and say you study a lot of video footage, even though Ortiz is young enough to where he can make 140. An effective strategy that is, in effect, neutralizing.
Kiram has yet to learn how.
Kiram, not just a natural welterweight, he's a big welterweight.
Matthysse hit 18 months off after the postal. Orbital injury.
And of course, Terrence Crawford is like, you know,
Noble ring at the Forum in Inglewood. There's nothing to do there. It is literally a camp for the fighters when it gets started.
To pick my winner of these rounds. But I can see
Matthysse moves up a division. You mentioned some of those heavy hitters.
Ortiz would be good work, although I would say that he has the right game plan to beat him.
Orbital against that Victor Postol in October of 2000.
He's showing some nice ring generalship here. To me, he's avoiding 2 or 3 on everybody's pound-for-pound list. He's a complete fighter. That's just the name of the game. And generally speaking, when you see a Thai fighter whose background is not...
Now Kiram fighting back. start. They're not going anywhere. They run early in the mornings. They work out at the Boys and Girls Club.
All of these rounds that I've scored for Kiram going from Matthysse because Matthysse has landed some nice overhand. Most people would expect him to outclass both of these guys, but something tells me they really studied the Victor Postol fight.
It's
You want to see more from somebody with this kind of size, you know? Showing us against Matthysse tonight.
Yeah, it's the second time that they've used their young Virgil Ortiz right now after this performance.
Well, he's not looking good. I scored the last round from Matthysse, even though Matthysse is not getting a whole lot of effective punches.
All of 2016 was taken off to heel. Rumors in Argentina that he had retired, which if El Gatio Raton is the song playing. It's an old Mexican joint. And sure, ringside at the Forum in Inglewood. Our main event tonight.
For Tewa Kiram. Scored rounds 1 and 2 from Matthysse and being very physical in there.
Right hand landed by Kiram.
All right, now this is what I saw on YouTube. Yes! Oh, God. Dropping
and Luke has got quality sparring with the Golden Boy prospect now. And the crowd of the Forum not liking the pace of this fight.
Just not enough to where he definitely takes the round, you know? And the same thing can be said about Kiram. Would anticipate a fight between Matthysse and any of the players at 147 there. He is the aggressor. He's trying to make something happen. And he does have his moments like he's having right here.
17 in May and fought Emmanuel Taylor, stopped him in the 5th.
Against Kiram, but Kiram is not fighting him the way a strong...
What's he say?
Or maybe just...
Oh! He gets hit up with the right.
I don't know. Get up.
Oh, a big shot from Matthysse. Kiram popped up. Then he decided, let me stay down for a little bit. Cat mouse indeed. Here he is. Can he finish it?
The way Kiram went down, I didn't think he was going to get up.
But if you're Kiram and you can take some rounds and you can back-to-back fights where he gets dropped and he gets dropped again. Lucas Matthysse dropping Kiram and it is over. He has stopped it. Lucas Matthysse with a KO.
He can deliver like Matthysse.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest comes to an end officially at 1 minute, 21 seconds of round number 8. The winner by knockout victory, the new WBA Welterweight Champion of the World, Lucas La Maquina Matthysse.